so don't play. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Lord, I wanna take the time to thank you just for putting up with me. And I'm sorry that you even had to deal with me. I haven't done right, haven't been pleasing in your sight. So give me some time to make it right. What's going on, Psalms? How you doing? Just out here doing some pruning. This is my Bartlett pear. I don't know if most people know this. There's really only two types of pruning that you do. And that's a hitter cut. Hitter cut, let me show you. A hitter cut is where like this branch right here, if I let it keep growing straight up, it's just gonna grow into that. So I wanna head it off. Well, actually what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it all the way back to here. I'm just gonna cut it at an angle. That's called a header cut. When you want to actually take a whole branch out, that's called a thinning cut. Anything dead that you cut out or something like that, that's a header cut. But cut when you just, thinning cut. But cut like this, where I'm just pruning a little off, that's called a header cut. This whole thing leaning down, I don't want like that. I'm gonna take it off. When I cut up, you don't want to cut into the collar. This branch right here, see how it's going straight up like that? I don't like that. I'm gonna actually take that one all the way back to here. It ain't nothing but 40. I think we got up to 46 today. Yeah. So I'm out here doing some pruning. And it is very important, very important to to prune your trees. Because if you don't, you cause more damage to your trees than what it's worth. This one going up like that, I don't like that. I'm gonna head that one back, so I'm gonna do a header cut. I'm gonna hit it right there. I always cut at an angle so that water can beat off. This one, if I let it keep growing, it's gonna outgrow that central leader. I'm gonna head this one back a lot. Almost even like you you killing your fruit buds when you do that. You're killing your fruit bud. Actually, you do more harm than good if you don't prune your trees. Because it's just going to support how much root growth it was able to put down that year. So if you don't prune it, less fruit buds you actually going to get. I got a lot of damage on my trees that was caused by, I don't know what. If it was a squirrel or what, but a lot of damage that I need to be cutting off. See this? It's a lot of branches like that on a lot of my trees. See, that's what I'm doing out here before it gets too cold. Renee's Secret Garden, how you doing? Always sending prayers and strength your way. I know how I feel. Laura's Garden, how you doing? Sorry about that. Mike's Chaotic Garden, what's going on, Mike? Yeah, you don't never not want to prune your trees. You want to prune your trees every year. Even in the summer, actually, to cut out some of that them water sprouts that shoot up. Calm down. Y'all best life. What's going on, family? Hope everybody's safe and warm. Praying for the people in California like always. I'll be listening in the bullshit. I hate doing this on my phone. Every time I touch it and try to scroll back up and down, it messes it up. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Out here before it gets too cold. Doing some pruning. Got a lot of trees to prune. I don't know if most of you know or not, but I'll actually be selling this place coming this spring. That's the problem. This spring or this summer. That's the plan anyway. So I got a lot of trees I got to get dug up and moved to the new property. So that's going to be a venture coming. I ain't been on here too much because, like I said, one of my lives had to pick up a second job, you know. Work's been slow where I work at. This is my, that one right there is actually my Bartlett pear. This is the oldest pear I have here. This is a Mongolian or Moonglow pear, however you want to say it. But yeah, it's got a lot of damage too, and it's got a lot of work. And this one I'm going to actually have to get a ladder for. Because I didn't really prune it that much last year, and it put out a lot of root growth. 5 degrees, good Lord. It put out a lot of root growth last winter. So it grew a lot. You can tell how much root growth the tree gains in the wintertime by all the growth it puts out that following year. Because it's only going to support enough. It's going to pull out the amount of growth as roots that it actually established over the fall, the dormant season. So that's one way you can tell your tree's got a lot of good roots put on it because it got a lot of new growth coming on it. Miss V, Food Forest Permaculture, how y'all doing? So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm out here pruning out a bunch of these trees. Don't never take it all the way back to the collar. You don't never want to cut into that collar. And like I said, there's only really 2 pruning techniques you actually do. And that's a header cut and a thinning cut. Thinning cut is when you're taking stuff out like the middle, like that. Stuff I don't want to grow inward. And a header cut is like this, when I just want to take that main growing tip off. And what that do is going to cause this, since I cut it there, this branch, all of these will start shooting out new branches. Yeah, nothing growing inward, nothing crossing, any damage you see, cut that out. You don't want that, it's just going to cause more problems. So yeah, look at that. All that right there is new growth from last year. Because it was actually cut here the year before. Like I said too, I always cut at an angle so that water can beat off. Oh damn, take out. I know it looks brutal, but hey, pruning is a stimulator. It stimulates new growth. All the roots is putting down now, where I take all of this off, it's gonna encourage to shoot out more fruit buds. Also, you never want to take more than 25% of a normal fruit tree, besides a fig tree. Fig trees, they grow a lot faster. You can take up to 50% off a fig tree and it'll still be fine. Still got a lot of stuff up there I gotta prune out. I just gotta get the ladder, the step ladder for that. Pineapple pear, and I always wipe down or spray off your pruners before you go to the next tree. I use alcohol or peroxide. I love to use peroxide mostly because peroxide is just not as harsh as alcohol or alcohol wipes. And peroxide always, it fights fungus and encourages root growth. You see how that is? I don't know what did that, but that's got to come off. What we're gonna do is thinning cut. That's a haircut. That's the thinning cut. I actually took that whole branch. Should actually really take this one too, but I'm not. Never cut all the way down into that collar. That one's got to come out, even though it's new growth from last year, but at least come out because we're going inward. I like this branch here, but it's got a lot of damage on it. So it's gonna come out. Like I said, never be scared to prune your trees because pruning is a stimulator. It stimulates your tree to grow. Yeah, I got a lot of trees to do. Little time to get to them before it starts. Before it's dark. So you can see it's already dark here. Look, still got snow. This is the second oldest tree I have here. I'm definitely gonna have to get the step ladder for it. This thing like 13 foot tall. Peroxide breaks down to water and oxygen. Doesn't hurt the plant. No, and it actually helps fight fungus. Helps grow roots, root growth. Got some of them done, not all of them. I still got a lot more to do. As far as the garden, done did all the blueberries. Most of my figs, knock on wood, is actually still looking pretty good at the top. Don't see too much dieback. Got the cabbage covered up because they was taking a beating. Still got to do them big peach trees over there. F. Smith Welch, how you doing? Worried about my little loquat, but so far it's doing pretty good. Even the little one I got from J3. Like I said, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, so I don't really know if I'll be growing an annual garden this year here or not. Some of the garlic is laying over still. It's that little loquat I got from J3. It's still hanging on, looking pretty decent. But when I do move, I got a lot of work to do. Loquat got leaves. Yeah, loquat got leaves. Even the pineapple guava still holding on to leaves this year. Usually they don't. All the blueberries. So I was planning on, I put this fish trailers up here. I was planning on growing peas and cucumbers here this year, but Don't know. Look at that soil though. Look how rich that soil is. How dark and rich. From red clay to black gold. Just from using mainly shredded leaves and wood chips. And the cabbage is really taking a beating. I think I got a few heads that's still looking pretty good, but for the most part, they taking a beating. Beautiful sunset. I wish it would stay up. Need some weather. Need some warmth here. It's been cold in the well diggers, but the pineapple guava still looking good. Pineapple guava still grows here. Look at lemon guava. It's beat all the way down. Lemon guava really ain't made for this zone, but it comes back. So I'll Homestead of Rachel, I meant to call you. I done got busy and forgot all about it. First year with this dwarf everbearing mulberry tree. You can see I got a lot of pruning to do on these peach trees. Peach trees, you want to have an open vase-like shape. Apple trees, the best to me, I tried both ways. The vase shape on apple trees and the central leader. For me, the central leader works a lot better on apple trees just because it holds more weight with the central leader than it does with that vase shape. And I think you actually get more peaches. I mean, apples. But for stone fruit, I think that vase shape is the best because, you know, they get brown rot and leaf curl and all that. And that's because of poor circulation. They don't get enough airflow in there. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just jumped on here for a quick second. I'll let you know that's the only two really major ways to prune a tree. It's the header cuts. You got your header cuts and you got your thinning cuts. Header cut is when you just heading it off. You're cutting it back to a bud at an angle. That's a header cut. You're cutting off that top bud. So you want to increase branching. That's a header cut. Thinning cut is when you're cutting out dead all the way back to the collar, or if you're just taking out a whole branch. That's a thinning cut. Them are really only two pruning cuts you need. And pruning is it's not that hard, but it's necessary. Because like I said, if you just leave that whole tree like it is and you don't do any pruning at all, you're really doing more damage than you're doing good. Because when you're out close to it and you're doing your pruning, you can see the damage that's caused from insects. You can see the damage that's caused from, you might even see eggs on the tree that you didn't get with the spray. So it's always good to prune your trees. Like I said, in the summertime, I do a summer pruning. Don't take off too much in the summertime. I only take off like 10%. I take off anything that's growing up right, real, like water suckers. Take them out. Anything I see that's dead, I take them out. Take tree care to me. That's my thing. Oh, yes, sir. I love trees. You know me. I love growing, but to me, my passion is in these fruit trees. These fruit trees and berry plants and all of that. That's what my passion. Let me get away from that air. So I'm starting to see a little damage on these figs now. Some of these figs, but not much now. Not as much as usually by now. By now, usually, they be all the way to the ground. These branches is still viable. These are cut back just to have cuttings and do experiment. Because most of these fig trees are 5, 6 years old. That's kind of conversation. I love it. I love it. I love talking about growing trees or bananas or berries. It's just my passion. That's what I love to do. That and singing. I still got a lot of trees. Sue Miller, how you doing today? Yeah, I hope probably ain't gonna be doing too many lives because, like I said, maybe spare a moment lives like this. I probably ain't gonna be scheduling too many lives. I probably ain't gonna be doing to get it off your chest for a while, just until things get back right. And like I said, this spring or summer, I plan on selling this place. So I got a lot of stuff I gotta get moved when I actually get a contract signed on it. That's when I'm probably gonna start actually digging everything up, moving it to the new spot. And I hope everybody come along with the journey. There's gonna be a lot more land, a lot more room for your boy to grow, a lot more room for your boy to do things with. So I mean, I ain't gonna have all of that buried in snow in South Michigan. Woo! I'm glad we got 5 inches. It started last Friday around 7 o'clock in the morning. It didn't stop. It's like Saturday late Saturday night, something like that. We got a little bit over 5 inches, which wasn't too bad. But it's been cold, colder than a well digger's butt, man. I'm telling you, it's been cold. It's gonna be sad. GT, what's going on, GT? It's gonna be sad to see this place go, but you know what? It's been past time. This place just supposed to have been a 5-year place. We've been here 19 years now. Yeah, started putting out the winter soak milk jugs. I started some spinach, so I'm gonna grow a lot more spinach. Cause spinach, I love spinach, man. I love spinach. Spinach is one of my favorite greens. I love spinach. So I sowed some spinach. So I'm hoping that I'm waiting on that to come up. I already got some peppers sowed, some jalapenos, serranos, and cayenne, and some bell peppers. I already got them sold in the house in the tray. So just wait for them to come up. Hoping they do good, so I can get them out whenever I can. Maybe I get a chance to grow here before I move on. I know I could just wait and not even put out a garden this year, but man, I can't do it. It's just not in me. I got to grow something. I don't care if I am here just 3 or 4 months. 35 here. It's down. We got up to 46, but it's already down to 34. And it's supposed to get down to like 19 tonight. Got down to 14 last night. And that's one reason why I'm so glad I didn't get that big greenhouse put up. Someone's telling me to start not putting that greenhouse up because it'd have been rough. I just got the base up. It'd have been rough putting that whole big greenhouse up and having to take it down. It'd have been rough. This way I can pick out my spot where I actually want it to grow at. I mean, where it's going to actually be at. And it'll be permanent. I'm trying to find a way to insulate the one side of it so I can keep it warm without heat in the wintertime, so I can keep my citrus in it. Most of my citrus in the house is doing pretty good. The guavas, they finicky. They started dropping some leaves, but they all growing back now. So, and my Barbados cherry, it flowered like crazy, but nothing to pollinate it in the house, so it's dropping all them. So we got the spring. It's got to be up potted because most people didn't know to keep a Barbados cherry in a container. That's some work, man. That's some work because I'm telling you, Barbados cherry can grow up to be 25 foot tall. 25 foot tall, 25 foot around. That's what a Barbados cherry can grow to be. So that's going to be rough. Might get down to the low 20s. Yeah. Yeah, next week, I think about like last week, the week before that, we barely had that many days above freezing. On Friday, it's supposed to get up to 53 here, 53, 54 degrees. And then Saturday, back down in the, I think in the 40s or the 30s, Saturdays and Sundays and Mondays and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. But yeah, it's just up and down temperatures right here. I'm hoping all of these, and this is the best time to prune your fruit trees. It's in 1st of January, mid-January. I always do it about a week before my sister's birthday, older sister. Her birthday is January 19th. So Kind of running a little bit late. I got the some of the apples done. I got the cherries done. I got the blueberries done. I still got a lot more apples to do. Them big peach trees. Two of them pear trees over there. Still got a prune. Well, hey, I get it done. In due time, heaven ain't hard to find. That's what they always say. That's something I love anyway. So, hey, we'll get it done. But I appreciate y'all coming out. 15 people, 11 thumbs up. That's what's up. I appreciate it. Like I said, I probably ain't going to be doing too many lives. Maybe some periodical lives like this. I ain't been putting out much videos because it's been rough the last 8, 9 months for me. A lot of work. Well, trying to do a lot of work. I'm doing some DoorDash and picking up a second job. Man, that's life. We do what we got to do. I appreciate y'all coming. Like I always say, if God be for you, who could be against you? If God be with you, whom shall you fear? If no one knows you, still his heart adores you. You are safe, you are loved, you are healed. Thank y'all for coming. I'm going to get off here. I got to call Miss Rachel anyway. I'll talk to y'all later.